Welcome in. We will be started in just a moment. Shout out Camsta for being in the chat. Where is everybody? It is the stream before Thanksgiving, at least here in the United States it is. We will be with you shortly. Welcome to the Underground Crypto Deep Dive Show. Shout out to that one guy hopping in the chat. What's up, brother? It says time to deep dive. Smash that like button and join the Discord. Hey, gotta listen to him. You said it right there. Said, what is Sol gonna do next? I think it's short o'clock after that big pump. Hey, you never know. We will definitely take a look at it. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Underground Crypto Deep Dive Show. And of course, we have another Crypto IQ Raisin show for you. Look at that. Merle up 133%. I've definitely talked about Merle a few times. Do you know what it is? 21 cents up to 53 cents. Glad to see it run. I don't own any Merle specifically, but I am staking some like wrapped BTC on that chain, so I'm glad to see it, getting some attention. If it's pumping, that means it's going to get some attention, right? I hope so. Caspa up 14%. What is it up to now? Almost 6 cents. Dash up 18.3% to $70. SPX 6900 went from 62 cents to 73 cents. Top down another 100 here. We got Brett from 1.5 cents to almost 2 cents. Very close to 2 cents there. It is up 18.3%. You got this Pulse X. Fartcoin up 11.9%. Hex up 9.6%. Of course, when Hex moves, Pulse, usually goes with it, or vice versa. You got Humanity is up 14.8% today. Basic Attention Token went up 8.9%. What else is notable here? Decred up $22.75 to $25.71 for an 8.3% gain at the time of recording. And of course, Zora also getting a little bit of a pop today. Glad to see Bitcoin is recovering nicely. Will it hold it? Dead cat bounce? I don't know. We shall find out. Let's see what's going on in this chat. Camsta says, pamp it. Yeah, pump it up. Embrace the pump, says that one guy. Yeah, there you go. I am embracing all the pump that we can get. Campsta says, so happy I found Mexi, so now I can short. It was like I was going to war with half a weapon. That's a good way to put it. Finding this group increased my trading tools by a lot. Man, I'm so glad to hear you say that. That one guy throwing some trophies our way. We must be doing something right. I don't know where everybody's at. I know that Blues guy had to work today, so he's probably not quite off yet. Let's run through our numbers here. Bitcoin at 90,645. Looks like it's trending its way up to even 91,000. Love to see it because hopefully everything else is going to follow. There's Blues guy. I was just speaking about you in the house light here. My good underground family, I hope all is fabulous and that you were able to find lots of gratitude. I'll be back in 15 minutes. All right, we will be here, Blues guy. Thanks for popping in, letting us know what was going on. Ethereum back over that $3,000 number of that 3,000 price point. I love to see that. $3,333 for Ethereum. XRP $2.22. Really pretty sure that's exactly where it was yesterday. BNB $893. It seems to be trending back towards $1,000. Solana 142. We did have that little pump for Solana. Camsta seems to think that means it's going down. He's looking to short it, he says. Copper Dude in the house. Greetings to all. Greetings to you, Copper Dude. Tron 27 cents. Dogecoin 15 cents. It hasn't moved a whole lot. Cardano 43 cents. Hyperliquid $35.92. Chainlink $13.45. XLM 25 cents. Monero $3. Monero $396. Avalanche $14.95. HBAR 14 cents. Sui $1.55. I would like to see that thing get a nice pump. And that's pretty much the numbers for here. Let's take a look at what is trending. Anything notable? We'll talk about Merlin chain. Monad, of course, staying trending. Makes a lot of sense. Token generation event was yesterday or the day before, one or the other, or a few days ago now. Now I'm not sure. We'll have to take a look at that. What else do we got? Anything new here? We went over this Iris the other day. Rain prediction market. We've been going over that. It went up quick. It came out and had a high market cap already. So let's go over to Crypto Rank. Let's take a look at the Fear and Greed Index. Get rid of these pop-ups. 22. That's the highest I've seen it in a while. Under Health Under says, love the channel, love the community. Thank you for saying that. Please join the Discord. Discord link in the description. It is pinned in the chat as well. If you're just hopping in, join that Discord. We have a lot of fun over there. And here we are with like a charted version of our Fear and Greed Index. You can see we kind of really hit some lows here. And maybe we're going to start moving out of it. I don't know. It looks very sideways to me. Have we hit the bottom? Nobody knows. Let's go take a look at what's trending over on Crypto Rank, if it'll let me. And tomorrow is Thanksgiving. I think for most people, let me know if you celebrate Thanksgiving. Is everybody here have Thanksgiving in whatever country they're in? Do they have Thanksgiving in Canada? Probably not, right? I believe Thanksgiving is a very American holiday. So we got FET. I'm glad to see it trending as I do hold some. Gate token. Pretty sure that's Gate.io's token. I could be wrong. We'll check that out. Pax Gold. The graph. Things that we already know about. I'm looking for stuff we don't know about. Iris, that's worth going over again. Tensor, not to be confused with Bit Tensor, and it's got a lot of pump here lately. This Rayless is another one that's new on the radar. Rayo Labs, I feel like for some reason we didn't look at that yesterday, so we'll have to look at that today. They have Thanksgiving in Canada. It's on a different day. Okay, Kamsa, is it close to our day or not? I'm not sure. I got a bunch of family stuff. I got to go a couple towns over where I'm, was born and raised and actually spend some time with my family. So I'm not too sure on what the stream is going to be like tomorrow or if there will be one, but I'll let you know. There's a good chance that there won't be a stream tomorrow. Aztec is one that's on our radar. It's a newer coin. And I even brought up CoinMarketCap. I don't know why I don't usually use it, but we'll pull it up for today. Things like Allura, which we've been over, Astronova, they have on their radar as the #1, which is interesting. Didn't come up on any of our other radars. That's why we got to use all of our tools that we can use. YOLODO. It says esports. Okay, I feel like I've seen that before. I feel like I've been over that before. Cayuzo's Friends? I don't know what that is. So we definitely have some things to take a look at. Slime X. I wonder what that could be. Alright, so we'll start back at the CoinMarketCap. I think the only thing really to go over here is this Iris. Monday, October 13th, 2025. So they have Thanksgiving in October? That's crazy. Do they have Halloween? I assume they still do. Cool fact to know. Cam, come eat turkey with us in America tomorrow. Yeah, exactly. All right, 0.04 or 4 cents. 0.048, so almost 5 cents for this Iris. Got the max chart on. Says that it came out yesterday. 96.2 million in its market cap, and had this nice pump up from about 2.5 cents to 5 cents, so a little double up there. 100% move. It is brand new. Yes, we have Halloween October 31st. Okay, so you still have Halloween the same time. Let's take a look at the website here. 3 trillion in data undiscovered until now. So this thing's all about data. We went over their website, so I'm not going to spend a crazy amount of time on it. Other data networks only store data. Iris does too, but faster, cheaper with native execution layer, makes data programmable. Data is such a big, important infrastructural type thing. I don't know why I said type thing. It's infrastructure, right, for crypto. That's what happens when I'm thinking of like 3 other things and I'm still talking. All right, so that's really all there was on the CoinGecko page. Let's go over to CryptoRank. And Iris is on here as well. Gate token, I just want to make sure this is the token for Gate.io and not just another token, and I skip it because I think it's something else. Gate chain is a layer 1 blockchain designed to provide fast, secure, and reliable infrastructure that supports decentralized applications. So this is a different token, it looks like. 1.2 billion in market cap. This thing is not small. I want to go look at the monthly here. It's been around for a while, since 2019, July 1st, 2019. That one guy is firing shots in the chat. He said, I heard Canada sucks at hockey. That's hilarious. I mean, you'd think they'd be good. They have all the frozen lakes, right? They should be really good at hockey. Let's take a look at the website here for gatechain.io. Okay, so that is the gate.io logo, right? Pretty sure. The blockchain built for infinite possibilities. GateChain is an advanced blockchain network built for the future. It offers fast, secure, and reliable infrastructure that supports dApps and the smooth transfer of digital assets. High speed, secure, low cost. Everything you would want to hear them say. Designed for the next generation of dApps. Said Blue Jays almost won the World Series. Yeah. I don't really know a lot about hockey. We just have the Lightnings, and I know they win a lot. I did grow up watching a lot of hockey with my grandfather. He had season tickets to the Lightning Stadium. It's not too far from us, and we would go there a lot when I was a kid. So GateChain is an EVM compatible layer 1 blockchain, enabling developers to quickly deploy and run applications with zero cost. Existing EVM applications can be easily migrated to the GateChain, benefiting from improved performance and reduced costs. Seems like everybody is trying to have the fastest chain with all the best stuff. I mean, naturally it only makes sense that they would. Said I didn't want to bring up that baseball game. That's baseball. Maybe they're just much better at baseball. I don't know. I'm not Canadian, so I have no stake in that. So we got Quant, Pol, which is Matic, obviously. I think everybody knows that. Caspa, Injective, the Graph. What do we want to go over here? WorldCoin. I think I know what this is. Just trying to double check it's not a different coin. This one's all about digital IDs, if it's what I think it is. Scanning your retina and stuff. They'll give you some tokens or something. World is an EVM-compatible, optimistic roll-up blockchain platform built on top of Ethereum as part of the Optimism superchain. So, this is a different thing. Hopefully, you understand a lot more about optimistic roll-ups and things now that we have covered it in our Crypto IQ raising events that we do Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at least, if not every stream. 1.4 billion in market cap. Let's look at the website here for World, the real human network. I feel like I have been to this website before. Universal proof of human. So not proof of work, not proof of stake, not even proof of liquidity, proof of human. Finance and connection for every human. A prior lane for humans online. World ID, World app, World chain, World coin. Throw World in front of it, they have it. World is being built so every human benefits from the age of AI. Distinguish between humans and AI online. Access universally inclusive finance and connect with other real humans. It's free to join and designed to be owned by everyone. Let's see, are they giving us some tokenomics here? No tokenomics necessarily. Hope everyone is having a early holiday week so far. Yeah, exactly. What are these little pluses? So Asia, Europe, and they show how many unique humans. This is interesting. In a world that's going heavily AI, I can see why you would need something that can kind of help everybody tell an AI apart from a real person as they get better and better, right? Could see a need for it. How it makes money, I'm not exactly sure. It's something you have to subscribe to. Where is their money coming from? What else is new on our radar? Let's talk about Tensor. Oh, Melissa in the chat. What's up, Melissa? Sorry, I read your chat and didn't even realize it was from you. Welcome in, welcome in. So Tensor chilling at about 15 cents. Barely shy of 15 cents. Chart says, let's get it to the weekly. So it's starting to have a little pop. It really went back to the bottom. It had this huge pop up to like $2.68, somewhere around there, and has mostly fallen down since then as we had some very bearish time in crypto. And then it looks like it has popped from there. Interesting. All right, 49.7 million in market cap. Tensor is a Solana-centric NFT trading platform. And you can see when we hop on here, we've been on this website before. They have all kinds of different NFT collections. I'll just randomly click on one, Famous Fox Federation. But the real question becomes, what do they do? Why should anybody care? Is there utility? Are they building a metaverse? Do they have a reason for you to hold and own one of these? Because in all honesty, the artwork is very simple. And if there's no utility, I don't understand why anybody would care to own one. And of course, there is all kinds of different NFT projects here. Very interesting. So it's an NFT platform. It is not BitTensor, which is a big AI project, AI digital company, however you want to look at that. Rayless, which I believe is also another prediction market, right? Hello, Underground. Sorry about last night in the voice chat if I started to snore. I didn't hear anything, Melissa. You were just, at one point, you were gone. No worries. So, Rayless has not had a token generation event yet. Rayless is a layer 1 blockchain for banks and users, allowing them to combine assets into a single reliable network. So, no, it is not a prediction market. That is RAIN. So the blockchain for banks, built to bring 100 trillion liquidity and 6 billion bank customers on chain. That's pretty cool. I hope that they can pull that off because that is a lot of money. There's a lot of money. Posted something today in the Discord. Let me see if I can pull it up if it's not too far behind. And it was just a random Twitter post, so take it for what it's worth, right? A White House official says the market structure bill could send Bitcoin and cryptos to a $20 trillion market cap. You're not bullish enough. Thought that was interesting. I don't know if that was actually put out by the White House or not, or if somebody's just making stuff up. But I thought it was interesting enough to throw it in the Discord, see if anybody had heard it. Cool, I feel better now. I didn't even remember falling asleep. It was getting late, no worries. We didn't hear nothing. Rhea Labs. I think I might have accidentally skipped this yesterday. I'm not sure. Rhea Network is a trading optimized modular layer 2 solution. Do we know what modular means yet? I hope so after yesterday. Rhea is Ethereum for traders. I don't think I've gone over this yet. It is yet another... Oh, it's not available in my region. What a shocker. Not much is. It's another decentralized exchange for trading. The home of fast, secure, permissionless trading. As if you need another place to trade. At this point, they really got to set themselves apart because there is just so many different trading exchanges right now. But that really giving them centralized exchanges a run for their money. Thing is not cooperating. So let's see, what else did we have here? Aztec. I'll just read the simple breakdown of it because I've been over this thing a bunch of times. Still no token generation event for Aztec, but they've already got $52.3 million, which is pretty wild. Aztec Network is a private ZK rollup, and really zero knowledge rollups is private in nature, on Ethereum, enabling decentralized applications to access privacy and scale. They did have a pretty cool looking website. The colors were cool. I guess it's not that cutting edge. But it's privacy. That's the category I would put it in. And kind of a new thing, let's hop over to CoinMarketCap. Take a look at what we have here. Astronova, we've been over a bunch of times. Hopefully you know what that is. Allura is all about abstraction. We talked a lot about abstraction yesterday, so hopefully you remember all of those things. What is this Cayuzu's friends? Let that load up. I gotta bring up our notes for the day. Give me 1 second so we can raise that crypto IQ. We talked a lot about MEV, and when we did, a lot of people were really understanding what I was trying to show you, and that was a lot of fun. But at the same time, there seems to be a solution that I thought was really cool, so we're gonna talk about it. 4.9 million in this Kuzo's friends. I'm not familiar really with CoinMarketCap layout as much. The website's easy to get to. Better than CoinGecko Terminal, that's for sure. All right, it looks like another cat coin. It's now live on SWE. Cat DNA X game. We love some games. KO stake event coming. Is that the game? Staking events are the games now. Is this a Telegram game? Well, that is way too loud. Let me turn that down. Global chat, pick up dried fish, whatever that means. They actually have a pretty long video. Most of these videos are promotional and they're like 45 seconds. It really looks like a Telegram game. It's got to be a Telegram game. So what do you even do? You have to like whack-a-mole? It looks very simple. Looks like a lot of Telegram games right now. I don't know if it actually is Telegram. It's built with Line. Same thing as our Darkstar is built with that as well. It's on SWE, which I love to see. We need as much utility on SWE as we can get. Alright, so you see it's GameFi, right? That's what this Kuzu Games is. Did you guys end up winning? I actually stopped playing when you hopped off. So if anybody wants to, play another 30 minutes or so, it did run us way down. We're at like $20, which is really unfortunate. But maybe we can climb out of the hole from there. Yeah, I quit when Blues Guy hopped off. And then I chatted with TM Hustlin' for a while. At that point, Datagram. We've talked about that several times. Nothing really jumping out at me. What is Slimex? It's got 18 million in its market cap, a BNB smart contract. Slime miner, you say? Again, built with Line. I'm seeing a lot of games come out with this Kaya Line kind of narrative. Let's go to their Twitter, see how much attention they have. 38.2 thousand. Now live online, Google Play, Apple Store, and Immutable Play. So they're doing their thing. 114,000 impressions on the pin post from September 9th, like way more than they have followers, so that's really cool to see. Realizing I forgot to post about the stream on X today. I think I did, not sure. All right, and so let me pull up what we're going over today here. I usually have the tab open, and for whatever reason I did not have it open. It's a huge chat that I have, so it takes a minute to load. TM Hustlin' says, what's up, gang? I just mentioned to you that we were chatting last night. Thank you for coming into the stream. We're going to do our crypto IQ raising event here in just a minute. Anything anybody wants me to talk about or go over, take a look at, anything like that? I feel like we ran through what is trending pretty fast, but we didn't take a look at our top gainers, so let's take a look at that. Guess I was just getting a little ahead of myself there. Let's look at our top gainers. We got Merlin Chain at 119% today. Xion up 100%, 103%. I don't know what that is. Let's take a look at that. BTC, 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 Underground, you know we got you, bro. Thank you for saying that. I appreciate all of you guys very much. 69 cents for this Xion. I don't know what this is. It has 30.1 million in market cap, but an infinite max supply. I don't love that. But the circulating supply is all we really have to go off of, which is 44 million. It's on Cosmos, Ethereum, and Base. Check out the Twitter. Verifying Anything, trusted by 150 plus global brands, raised 36 million from Circle, Multicoin, and others. To raise money from Circle, I think is a big deal. I'm not sure. August 20th is the pin post, and it has 119,000 impressions, 665.2 thousand followers. So this is interesting. Definitely very interesting. That's a lot of followers. That's over 500,000 followers right there. MaxChart says that it came out December 5th, 2024 at $6.39, and it is just plummeted. Crypto's been rough in that time period, so how much can we hold it against them? I don't know many charts that look much different. But if you come to like the 7-day, you'll see this thing went from about 33 cents to $1.21 over a very short period of time. So this thing has been pumping. Smart contract platform, layer 1, made in the US. Good tags to have. And we do have a website. So verify anything. In a digital world of lies and broken trust, we're creating an internet where truth is easily verifiable, connections are authentic, and content is real. Oh, they use NordVPN, huh? Consumer adoption at scale. Making trust every day. It's a weird sentence to read, right? Trust needs to be every day. We work with world's top companies to bring the net back to life by proving what's real, making verification fast, easy to use, and intuitive to build on. Designed for real world use cases. Gaming, marketing, loyalty. They have a video here. Let's see, is it just purely promotional? It's like 11 minutes.
Crypto sucks. Really fucking sucks. 4 years ago, I bought a fake CRP. I lit it on fire, sold it as an NFT. That NFT ended up breaking the record for highest price NFT sold. Since then, we raised about $36 million to Zion and make crypto really as
Well, that was very interesting. Blues Guy says Chainlink. What do you want to go over for Chainlink? I mean, it's Oracle. It's an Oracle. It feeds data used on the back end for a lot of different things. I don't really know what else there is to say about Chainlink. Do you have anything specific in mind, Blues Guy, about Chainlink, or just Chainlink in general? That video was kind of long. I wanted to play it, but I don't know if I will. Yeah, let me know if there's something specific about Chainlink you wanted me to go over. He said no, never mind. Okay. Yeah, it's an Oracle program, feeds tons of data to a lot of things. It's going to be used in a lot of use cases. I think it'll still be a great coin even in the next cycle as AI takes off. AI needs tons of like real-time data all the time. So there you go. I think Chainlink will always be a player in the Oracle space. 496 million in its market cap. It's bigger than I thought it was. This is Merlin chain, a BNB Ethereum, and of course its own because it is a layer 1 contract. Layer 2 actually is what it considers itself. I take that back. It would be a layer 2. It is built on Bitcoin sidechain. So let's go to their Twitter. How much following do they have? Only 382.8 thousand. Pin post from September 4th has 146,000 impressions. Merlin chain, new paradigm for Bitcoin treasury management, a compliant source, a yield-driven framework designed to transform BTC from a passive reserve into a productive institutional asset. It's very interesting. Unleashing Bitcoin's potential with native L1 asset, user, and protocol. Did want to see if they had a website. I don't know if I've ever been to their... Oh, yeah, I have been to their website. Stake BTC and earn 21% APR. That's a lot of APR. BTC staking is now live on Merlin chain, reinventing proof of stake for Bitcoin. Well, that's really interesting. 21% APR is pretty good. That is pretty good. Too bad you can only stake the BTC. Merlin supports various types of assets. Core features, low fee, high scalability, BTC protocol support, ZK rollup on Bitcoin, and native innovation. Investors from OKX to Foresight Ventures. Just kind of reading who sticks out to me here. KuCoin, Woo. We've been over Woo. They're a decentralized exchange. You don't hear much about them very often. Those are the only ones I really recognize there. Ecosystem. Pretty sure I've used their bridge. Yeah, I've used their bridge here before to get assets over. Merlin Chain Ecosystem. Explore projects in the Merlin ecosystem. Just reminded me that I had a one tab link to where I have my Bitcoin staked on Merlin Chain, and I have to refine that now because I don't even know where it is. Aurora Network, which we know is all about abstraction. It's cool to see. I know that's a newer project. Ace Animals. A lot of these are games. Oracle game. This was a game. This is AI. SocialFi. Alphabet or Beta, powered by Opinion Labs. Got Bin, DAO, Banana. Got Dexes. BitCow is a Dex. BitGenie is a Dex. Oh, they have a metaverse? BitRealms. Can't go there. Okay, well, apparently they didn't want to pay for their website or something. Said you like, okay, too early to speak about Link yet. Okay. You likely the Link. I used to hold it. It was tanking like everything else, so I dumped it. Link is the middle of private and public chain. Yes, Cam, Link will be big. Haven't they been saying that for 3 cycles, though? That's a good point, Camsta. It's all about the latest news, dude. There you go. All right, so that's Merlin Chain. Now you know. It's a layer 2 for Bitcoin. Just wanted to bring it up because I have some association with it. And let's go ahead and grab those talking points for today. It is taking a second to load. It's kind of annoying. Always times out on me. I'll go ahead and grab my free dollar here. If anybody has time after the stream will probably be a little shorter today. All right, so we have talked about MEV, maximal extractable value. Maybe you're tired of hearing me say that. I don't know. But that is MEV, and MEV is all about the block space and the orders in which they are put in, where they maximize the value there by front-running transactions or doing something after the transactions in order to capitalize on it. Not sure why this thing doesn't want to load. It's very annoying. Of course, this is Maddle, which we've been running for airdrops. Just reloading a few things while I'm waiting for this to pop up. Come on, it says add people on ChatGPT. How do you add people on ChatGPT? All right, so let's talk about it. This is the center focus of the stream today. And I really was kind of excited to go over this because it sounded like a great way to fix the problem, right? So the big problem with MEV is that people can see the mempools. What is a mempool? A mempool is a pool where all the transactions go before a validator picks them up, puts them in a block, validates them, and puts them on the chain. You could call that finality. at the point where the transaction is finished. Well, before it can be finished, it has to get started. And before it can get started, it has to sit in a mempool. So encrypted mempools, encryption, that should not be foreign to anybody, right? So encrypted mempools represent one of the most important shifts in blockchain architecture since the invention of blockchain itself. So the long and skinny here, we're going to get into details, but just to make it real simple, so that when you follow along, maybe you already understand a little bit better, is the mempools is where the MEV attacks and things happen because they can see the transactions and they're part of the validating system. If it is encrypted, then they can't see the transaction, then they can't front run, and then they can't, really do MEV attacks anymore. So I think that's really important. They sit at the intersection of privacy, MEV, censorship, resistance, transaction ordering, validator incentives, user protection, and protocol security. The mempool is where every transaction begins. That's what I was just saying. It's like the waiting room for blockchain activity. And whoever controls or sees the mempool controls enormous economic power. Today, mempools are public by default, which enables front-running, sandwich attacks, arbitrage, bots, MEV extraction, and censorship manipulation. Does anybody remember any of this from when we went over MEV? Hopefully somebody remembers this stuff from when we went over MEV. It's not just me. Encrypted mempools aim to remove this information advantage, protect users, and reshape the future of MEV markets. This is the next war in blockchain privacy and MEV dominance. So you could see why the average user of any blockchain would want this to happen. But you could also see why the big players and people who make a lot of money off of MEV would not want this to happen. So it becomes a war, a push and pull, if you will. Keep them as they see Flare, Link in the same boat. Yeah, I'm not letting Link go. Okay. I don't even know if I own any Chainlink. I don't think so. What the mempool actually is. The mempool is a temporary holding area where transactions live before they are included in the block. In this current system, or the current system, the validator sees your transaction. Every searcher sees it. Every builder sees it. Every bot analyzes it instantly. MEV algorithms simulate its impact, right? This allows the entire ecosystem to race around your transaction. It really seems quite unfair, which leads to front running, back running, sandwich attacks, and I'll explain what each one of those are for those who don't know. Front running obviously is getting ahead of it. Bots submit transactions before yours to profit from your trade. Back running is pretty much the opposite, but jumps in after your transaction to capture value. A sandwich attack, though, is when bots place a transaction before and after, extracting maximal value. Liquidation snipes. Your position gets liquidated by the fastest bot. Arbitrage snipes. Searchers exploit inefficiencies before the user can act. Because mempools, I want to call it meme pools so bad, but it's missing an E. Mempools are transparent. They create hyper-competitive attention economies around the order flow. Encrypted mempools aim to change this dynamic entirely. So why public mempools create MEV? So MEV, maximal extractable value, exists. I know we've been over this, but I feel like maybe a lot of people didn't really understand it. I don't know. TM Hustlin says, Underground, I wanted to ask you about the 20 trillion White House post put in the Discord. When do you see that might take place, or how it might happen? Can you give your perspective? Honestly, I just saw it on Twitter, and the only reason I put it is because it was claiming that it had come from the White House as a statement, but we do need to look into that more. I haven't done as much research on that as I would like, so let me do a little bit more digging on it and get back to you. So we know what MEV is, right? It is this right here. I'm almost tired of saying it. Maximal extractable value. And it exists because transactions order matter. Information arrives early. Actors compete to capture value. The mempool is effectively a real-time feed of future blockchain state, giving MEV bots a financial roadmap. Without encryption, the mempool is easy to spy on, easy to simulate, manipulate, or to reorder. This leads to inequalities among users, value extraction, gas wars, degraded UX, which is like user experience, network congestion, and trust issues. Encrypted mempools are designed to level the playing field by hiding transaction data until it's too late to exploit. I would really like to see this happen. What an encrypted mempool is, I think you could infer, but we'll read it anyways. An encrypted mempool hides the contents of a transaction while they sit in queue. This prevents searchers from simulating, builders from exploiting order flows, validators from selectively censoring, bots from doing arbitrage, front-running, sandwiching, and liquidation races. Instead of reading clear transaction data, actors see encrypted blobs that cannot be analyzed until after they're included in the block. This forces fairer ordering and limits harmful MEV. There are several emerging ways to encrypt a mempool. The three main types of encrypted mempools are timelock encryption. Transactions are encrypted and can only be decrypted after the block inclusion. Key properties: no one can read the TX contacts early, users protected from MEV, decrypted upon execution, and prevents pre-trade simulation. This is one of the simplest forms of MEV pool encryption, and that is timelock encryption. B, or number 2, threshold encryption, validator coordinated encryption. Validators collectively decrypt transactions only when a threshold number of them agree, right? This creates censorship resistance, distributed trust, no single validator can exploit order, and a robust performance at scale. Used in Osmos, this penumbra. I've never heard of that. I don't know what that is. And Firvo style schemes. And of course, the third one is fully homomorphic encryption, or FHE. Mempools, and this is the future, it says. This is the holy grail. Transactions are encrypted, still executable, still orderable, and still verifiable, but nobody sees their content until after the block inclusion. The FHE allows computation on encrypted data. And this, of course, enables private DeFi, swaps, NFT mints, intent systems, which you would need for things like Anoma, and MEV-free execution, still in early research, but extremely promising. All right, so why encrypted mempools change MEV? So MEV relies on previewing transactions. Encrypted mempools encrypted mempools remove the preview advantage. So basically being able to see things before they go final on the blockchain, and you take away that advantage, you pretty much destroy MEV altogether. So MEV was here, but if we move towards this, we can just eliminate MEV altogether. Still possible though is builders extracted MEV, block level MEV, and latency battles cross domain MEV. So these things would still be possible, but it's a much shorter list than all of these things, right? So encrypted mempools shift MEV from a mempool layer to the blockchain production layer. This significantly reduces harmful MEV, but does not eliminate beneficial MEV like arbitrage that improves pricing efficiency. The role of the order flow auctions. Order flow auctions gain importance when mempools are encrypted. Because bots cannot see the transactions until execution, wallets and front end can sell order flow to builders who promise best execution, no sandwiching, and guaranteed price protection. Think of it as MEV captured for the user, not extracted from the user. So it's basically turning around and using MEV, or maximal extractable value. MEV itself, by definition, isn't good or bad, right? It's just getting the most out of something. So they're saying at this point, you're taking it from going against the users to being for the users, right? Encrypted mempools empower OFA systems like MEVShare, CAL protocol, which we know to be created by Gnosis. Anoma is listed here, intent layers, which would be really important for intent layers, because if you think about it, without encrypted mempools, intent layer is like the mecca for MEV, and is going to probably result in a lot more deviant MEV attacks, then it's going to be good, right? Flashbot Suave. The industry shifts towards user-owned MEV. Yeah, we want fair play, says TM Hustling. Exactly. We all want fair play. And just because they have, a validator, because they are a validator in the blockchain, doesn't mean they should get to rip everybody off. How encrypted mempools improve privacy. Encrypted mempools hide trade size, trade direction, liquidity risk, position size, intent, slippage settings, and strategic contract calls. So it hides all of those things. This makes whales safer, because think whales are probably some of the top people who are extracted with MEV. Liquidation less chaotic, user behavior less exposed, strategies harder to copy, and trading less predictable. Privacy becomes a first-class citizen in blockchain, which we would all love to see that. How encrypted mempools improve decentralization and censorship resistance. It's kind of repetitive there, right? We've been over that. The challenges and risks of encrypted mempools. So encrypted mempools also introduce challenges. Latency issues. Extra encryption steps make it slower to propagate. Complexities, of course, encryption, decryption requires more coordination. Validator synchronization. Threshold schemes rely on validator availability. New MEV vectors. Private ordering markets may form. Faulty decryption. What happens if keys are lost or threshold is not met? Failed censorship detection, so they won't be able to censor, basically, which is a bit of a problem. It's really the only negative that I see with the whole encrypted mempool. So encrypted mempools hide content, so detecting malicious censorship is harder. So projects leading the encrypted mempool revolution are Osmos and this, what did we say, Penumbra? I'm not sure how you're supposed to say that. Private DEX with encrypted mempool architecture. What is this? Flashbots is what apparently that stands for. Cross-chain private order flow and encrypted MEV market. Then we have this Ferrovio validator threshold encryption scheme. Barachain, which I have gone over quite a bit, which is a layer 2, or it's an L1 on Ethereum, right? But it uses EVM. You can basically port over anything from Ethereum to Barachain. Espresso, which is a modular sequencing with plans for private ordering. And this FHE networks like Zama, Phoenix, and Inco. Real FHE-based mempool research. This is one of the most attractive areas of blockchain's research and development right now. I could see why. It's very cutting edge. TM Hustlin says he likes that a lot. I'm glad that you're understanding what I'm saying here. Why encrypted mempools are inevitable, right? So encrypted mempools address harmful MEV, user loss, censorship, privacy violation, whale risk. I mean, it's kind of regurgitating the same stuff here. The incentives are clear. Users want protection, just like what TM Hustlin just said. Wallets want OFA revenue. Builders want reliable flow. Regulators prefer privacy-preserving fairness. Developers want prediction execution. And validators want trust-minimized order flows. So the end game here, private, fair, and encrypted blockchain. The future of crypto likely includes encrypted mempools on all major chains, user-owned order flow, auction-based sequencing, FHE verification, multi-chain encrypted ordering routing, privacy-first intent systems, which is something you need for things like NOMA that we've looked at, the ChatGPT of blockchain. The mempools become private, fair, MEV-resistant, censorship-resistant, and encrypted by default. This is the next major evolution in blockchain infrastructure. And a lot of this is just repetitive here. They do like to say the same thing a lot. But anyways, I thought that was really good. I thought that was a great solution to MEV, because when we went over MEV, and I went over it before we went over it, it really is a little bit concerning and makes you kind of wonder about the future of blockchain. Are we going to be able to not be exploited by the people who maintain the network, the people who are the validators, who see the transactions in the mempool where they wait like a waiting room, and then they grab them, order them however they, it should go through as they're supposed to go through, not just kind of based off of how they can make the most money off of you, that seems a little disingenuous if you ask me. So if we could just make it encrypted to where they can't tell what the transaction actually is until it's already basically been put in the block and it's ready to go, or it's already been, validated, then the user's privacy is protected and we don't have to deal with all the different things like being front run, sandwich attacks, back end attacks, all kinds of different things that they are definitely doing all the time. I mean, I have a feeling that, a lot of liquidation events, or even when you have high slippage on a transaction, I think it has a lot to do with MEV. I think it's our validators and people who are the most involved in the crypto are the ones taking the advantage of everybody. So that one guy says 91K BTC. Will we ever get privacy? TM Hustlin', I do believe it's coming, but I guess it depends, because there's a lot of forces, mostly regulatory and governing, that don't want you to have privacy, right? They really don't. All right, so where do we go from here? Like I said, it'll probably be a little bit of a shorter stream today. We really covered everything really quick. It is the holidays, lots of family type stuff going on everywhere. But I had to hop on and continue the show and raise everybody's crypto IQ. In Europe, they want digital IDs. Yeah, and they might just get them, right? They might just get digital IDs. So, not sure how everybody wants to continue this conversation, but I'm glad to see there is some kind of solution. All right, I see somebody new in the chat. It says, now with encrypted mempools, Infra can take all of the sandwich profits, LOL. Infra? Is that what he meant? Haven't seen that name a lot. Thanks for stopping by. Maybe he knows way more about this than all of us. He says, now with encrypted mempools, Infra can take all of the sandwich profits. Do you mind explaining that, Dan? Do you mind explaining that? I hope the US goes for privacy. Yeah, me too. Hello and welcome. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. I would really like to know what you mean by that, because the whole point of it being encrypted was so that you can't do sandwich profits. Infura is an RPC provider. Okay. All right. Well, I guess they'll have to figure that out. That you got to innovate one thing at a time, right? RPC is where is when your transaction gets sent to be approved by the blockchain. Okay. I got you. Well, I guess I'll have to figure that out, but anything that's a step in the right direction, I can certainly get behind it. There will always be new problems to solve. That's just how it goes. Any emerging technology, you fix one thing, two more things break. At least that's how it goes with most things. And you just wind up with more things that you have to figure out. But Dan, you definitely seem like you know quite a bit about it. Certainly love to have you in the Discord if you're interested in joining. It's in the description. It's in the chat. It is a free Discord, of course. And certainly would appreciate having somebody who's very knowledgeable, as you seem to be pretty knowledgeable. Are you a developer? So Mempool may be encrypted, sure, but not necessarily transactions en route to the mempool. Agree that it's a step in the right direction, etc. Okay, he is a dev. I had a feeling, because not a lot of people are very well versed in this kind of stuff, right? So, agree that it's a step in the right direction. So, Mempools may be encrypted, sure, but not necessarily transactions en route to the mempool. So you're saying they would attack them basically before they even got to the mempool, they would already be gathering that data. I mean, that's a good point. Just another cog in the wheel. Cool to have a developer stop by and give us some sauce. Thanks for saying something and not just skimming by. I highly appreciate that. We're here every day trying to raise our crypto IQ here together as a community. So if you would ever want to come back and give us some more insight, would love that. Really, the Discord would be a great place to have a conversation. And then if you're a developer, what kind of stuff are you working on? Like, what do you work on? What do you develop? I don't know as a developer what you're allowed to say as far as what you work on. I'm not trying to pry for any details like that, but just more, what ecosystem do you work in? Or even tell us like what you care about as a developer, like what matters to you as a developer. Definitely the first developer that we've had in the chat, so that's pretty cool. That's a milestone right there. Probably the only type of people that would like read some of the titles to my videos and be like, I want to watch that. Most people are like, MEV, what is that? El Cheeto, I haven't seen you in a while. I saw you on Sam's stream this morning. What's up, brother? Thank you for being here. Dan, you think we will get a new all-time high for BTC? Yeah, I would love to know what Dan's opinion is on that. El Cheeto in the house. It's been a little minute, man. I hope you're good. I hope everything's been good. I'm sure you've probably been doing a lot of stuff with the family, as it is that time of the year. It's funny, I was a little bit concerned about how engagement would be over these holiday times, and actually it picked up a lot, which I thought was a possibility. I mean, a lot of people are off who wouldn't normally be off, maybe sitting around bored at their family's house, away from home, maybe in another city or something for the holiday. And who knows, maybe a few more people want to join the underground crypto family. Gotta get my one game in here. Gotta be consistent. I want these airdrops. Looks like we might have lost Dan. It happens. The underground family is growing daily. It absolutely is. I mean, think about it. 2 weeks ago, we didn't have TM Hustle in here, and now he's been here a lot. Just gotta put your head down, keep working. That's all there is to it. And I've learned a ton from all of these different deep dives. Not like I knew everything about everything, which is obvious. But I mean, it's not like I was a super know-it-all prior to doing a lot of these deep dives. Oh man, taking damage there. Messed up. Can I get another upgrade before that boss comes out? That's what I want to know. Wow, I'm actually doing damage for once. All right, me and Blue's got some work to do. Thank you, Underground, for making this community and allowing us to be a part of the journey. Absolutely. Thank you for being here and taking initiative. You can't, you can't make nobody do that kind of stuff. That is an amazing thing to happen, because that's something somebody has to be passionate and want to actually do. You can have all the passion in the world, but you can't really make other people share your passion. You can only hope that at some point they will share your passion, right? Said Blue, you let me know when you have time or would like to plan something out in the future projects. We're gonna play some Panzer tanks later. Yeah, after I rather die or win or whatever happens here, I just make sure I'm playing around, because I want to make sure I can maximally extract my airdrop. Crap, let me get that. Alright, now they're shooting at me here. Like I said, this game has been growing on me quite a bit. It's not so bad. It is a little hard though, like compared to a lot of other games, which I can appreciate. I do look more forward to playing Panzer Dogs, but I'm gonna get those airdrops. Hopefully they don't leave us hanging on the airdrops like they did Darkstar. I'm starting to think Darkstar is a failed project at this point. Which is unfortunate, because it was actually decently fun to play. But we're all about play to earn, and if there's no earning, well, why keep doing it? Let's go. Where's that other boss at? Yo, those vortexes are terrible. They just suck you in. There's nothing you can do. Yo, why am I taking so much damage? I'm getting stuck. Need more chests. Oh, there's one. Can we beat this next boss? He's just show up already so that we can go play some panzer tanks. Panzer dogs, they call it. Just keep swimming. Here he is. All right. Not sure where Blue Sky is. Camsta says up $5.50. Won my last 3 trades. Hey, good job, man. Keep going. Try to mitigate that risk, right? Oh, wow. I don't even know how he hit me. Well, now you can see what I'm saying. This game is way too hard for no reason. I'm loving this BTC pump. It is nice when it turns around and it's not sucking all of the fun out of the air 24/7, right? Where's Camsta? I'm not sure if Blues Guy is here right now. Needed that. Spicy. That ginger ale. I'm long from 86K. Hey, well done. Well done. Just waiting on you, Camsta. About to hit level 21. I don't know what happened. It looks like they got rid of the award tree. Yeah, they had an award system, or I should say reward system, and they got rid of it. Yeah, I hope December is when we get back on track. TM hustling. I could not agree more. So weird. I'm not used to playing with sound on, especially not up that high. Got him. We're 0-2 right now. Got him again. Let me show them how to use this flamethrower real quick. That guy had a lot of health. And back to the flamethrower. Let's go. Who wants some? Yo, don't forget to get some health, guys. Double kill. Barely took any damage in that, too. Snatched their health from them. And that's a win. Free tech. Any plans for the nuke war? Free tea? No mercy. Free tea. What you talking about? What nuke war? Something about Panzer Dog I don't know. Are you talking about a world event? What are we talking about here? Yeah, I'm not sure what Free T is talking about, nor have I really seen him ever come into the chat. Welcome in. But I have no idea what you're talking about, Free T. Also, Melissa, you have just been upgraded to a moderator. You have a wrench now. I appreciate you big time. And Blues Guy brought it up to me the other day. And I thought it was a good idea. Orhan's not here as often or really at all anymore. I'm not sure if he's coming back or not. I hope so. But either way, we could use another moderator for sure. And you definitely are always here. You definitely deserve it. Alarms going off for next to no reason. About to get cooked. Free tea. I don't really know. I know what you're talking about. I guess you said the real one, the big one. Who's involved in that? Obviously, I assume you mean everybody would be involved in that. Can you give me a date? When does that start? You got some insider info for us? This is a crypto channel. I'm not against having an opinion on other things, but I don't know. I don't see how that's very relevant here unless you have some information that we need to know. So if you got that insider sauce, feel free to let us know. Wow. I absolutely cooked that guy. Oh, he has such a long range. It's crazy. You just go to the garage, Camsta, in between rounds. Go to the garage. Dude, that one guy's tank is super OP. Oh, the enemy team won. I'm not surprised. I haven't seen somebody with that good of a tank. Can't seem to do it from inventory. So here, I'll show you, Camsta. Just watch when we get back. And I don't know what just happened. Weird. So you go to garage, click on your tank, and then you click edit. And then here you can do anything that you want to do here. I'll have to re-invite you, Camsta. Melissa says, thank you, Underground. I truly appreciate it. I'll try my best for you. And this is awesome community that you have allowed me to be a part of. Thank you too, Blues Guy. Yeah, absolutely. And I appreciate you always being here and being a part of everything. And if somebody comes in here acting crazy, I might have to ask you to put them on mute or something like that. Because sometimes I'm doing too much to be able to quickly do it. So just try not to do what a Blues Guy accidentally silence one of our regulars. That was pretty funny. I said I actually wasn't in the game in the last game. There was an error. Okay. Yeah, it's done that to me a couple of times. I don't know why it does that. It'll say like you're in, but you're not. And we actually went up against somebody, some OP person. So it was probably good you weren't in that last round because we lost. And that doesn't happen very often. Come on. There we go. Oh, Camsta got disconnected. Ran him out of town real quick. Another one bites dust. There goes another one. Light him up. All right, that's a win, 8-0. Musta says I've never been a mod before. It is pretty simple. It's cool to have the wrench next to you, but then pretty much if you click on people's names, you can do things like mute them and stuff like that. It'll probably be a while before we have to worry about what if we had to mute somebody in the chat. I don't even know if we've ever, maybe one time. Absolutely. Welcome aboard. Probably got a chest to open. Let's see if I can get something good here. Ranger tracks, but it's a common. Probably not better than anything that I have. But I do. Oh, yeah, that's right. Camsta's not in here. Send invite. Oh, there we go. Well, you invited me, so you have to hit go. There we go. You play enough games, Camsta. I had confidence you were going to figure that out. After this match, I was going to see if anybody wanted to spend some slots for a minute. I'm not sure where Blues Guy is at. Blues Guy disappeared on us. I know he probably just got off of work right when the stream started. He probably had some things he had to take care of. We're all busy and it's the holiday season. So no stress there. Wow, how did I just randomly take 500 damage? Yeah, he got disconnected again. That sucks. Man, I am holding it down on my own over here. Back against the wall. Man, that is really getting on my nerves. 1 health. I got him down to 1 health and I can't hit him. Crazy. Let's get that health. Hit a massive short on soul. Good job, Camsta. Apparently we're getting wrecked, which I don't really understand. We should be wrecking them. special delivery. Oh wait, no, our team is up like that. Okay. Got one. All right, we won 7-3. TM Hustling says I'll be on my best behavior. That's hilarious. All right, well, since Cam still keeps getting kicked, I guess we're gonna be done with this one here. It was definitely fun. One more game, I could open another box though. Do I want to do that? Probably not. Let me message Blue Sky. Hey man, we're going to be in the voice chat on the Discord if you want to join us. All right, and with that, everybody, I hope everybody had a good time. Not a super long stream. Hope everybody's enjoying their family and holidays and whatever you got going on. Hope I raised your crypto IQ. Do we have some good answers for the MEV attacks that seem to be inevitable? I think so. But as Dan said, there might be more to it that we even need to know. And it might just create more issues that need to be solved. But I have faith in the emerging technology that is blockchain, that they will be able to figure out a way to solve all of the issues. Have a great night. Stay underground. Stay crypto. Thank you for being here. And I will see everybody on the next stream. Will that be tomorrow? I don't know. Melissa, if you want to join me in the voice chat over on Discord, we could spin some slots. I just messaged Blue Sky. Hopefully we can get him in there. I don't know if he's available. All right, everybody, with that, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. Happy Thanksgiving to all. Enjoy the rest of your week, says Melissa. And I'll echo that and say the same thing. TM Hustling, of course. Anybody else, you're all welcome to come over to the Discord if you would like. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream, guys. Crypto Ron out.